My Swedish Dyson DC46 Allergy Parquet is done, ready for its after video, and it's gonna have its work cut out because my house is disgusting. I've had a big old tidy up this morning and need to thoroughly vacuum, so I thought once you've had a look at this, what better way to have a look? Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Yes, that's right, this is one of these small, tiny little Dyson balls that they did, I think they still do a small one, not entirely sure though, but this one is my DC46, all the way from, confirmed by the person I bought it from, and the ratings plate, the CH means Switzerland, and yes, I bought it from just outside Maidenhead, and it had all of the usual Dyson issues. It had been used for plaster dust, so the filter was utterly choked. The Cyclone uses the same sort of foam gasket as the Dyson DC24, and I think it's this bottom one here on the lower level is now more silicone sealant than rubber gasket, foam gasket even, because it was just perished. So this one obviously suffers, as will the UK DC47, which is the same bin. I did look for a Cyclone, but there were none cheap enough, so it's been bodged. And the machine itself is now working very, very well indeed. There's a removable suction, that's where it'll block when it enters the machine, and the fun I had when I put this all together late at night, finished off, put it all down, turned it on, and there was no suction, and yes, because I've forgotten this key piece, silly me, how I laughed, etc, etc, etc. So I'll pop the bin back on. The only other thing that I've really done to it is replace the cable. This is its original cable with its bent pin, which is very annoying, but again it bent rather easily, so I think they're just a bit thin. But obviously this is now wearing a UK plug. Yes, remember the two DC49s that I had? Well, I pinched the entire cable from it and rewired it into the cord reel, and now it looks okay because it's a 240 volt motor. I can get away with that. What else have we got? We have the floor tool. Looking forward to trying this out. It seems to spin very nicely indeed. It originally only would have had, it'd be a little bit closer, only would have had one single side of carbon brush strips, but in getting a scrap head in from a DC35 or 36, it's now wearing carbon bristles on both sides and really does spin quite well, which we'll have a look at that. My TV is flickering. We'll have a look at that in a second. We have the hard floor tool with the middle brushes removed because I always find that works better. And then we actually have what is my favourite tool. Yes, I do have a favourite Dyson tool, and it's the flat out head. Unassuming tool, doesn't claim to be deep cleaning or the best of the best, but it flows from surface to surface with no adjustment needed, and is a very nice tool to use. I imagine we'll probably end up using this quite a lot during my cleanings. Also the two small tools on the tool holder on the one. It is very, very, very complete. Take that off. Does it work? Well, yes, as you may remember. Come here for my power. It did work before. We obviously had the usual thing. Look, there's the red bit on the cable. I even cut the cable. The cables are the same length. I had to trim this one down a little bit. tools of power indeed, even our turbine tools. Does take a lot of force to get that to stop, so that's very good. So we have a vacuum cleaner which is all done. At the minute it is, I think there's a little bit of dirt flickering around. There you go, I have used it once, so there we go. That's the state of the thing right now. In fact, we'll have that out because otherwise it's going to breach the foam seal and we can have a little bit more dirt, and I shall reset up and we'll start to vacuum and see just how dirty the downstairs of my house really is. wasn't too bad. Certainly there are many drawbacks. This floor tool hates this rug, it slows right down. You probably saw on this back part, it does not like a stiff pile. Saying that, on the thin pile carpet by the back door and the even thinner pile in the hallway, it was fine. It sped along quite nicely. So yeah, certainly thinner pile carpets. Only for this was okay. It just doesn't really feel like it does much. If you get the bits caught on the ends of the bristles, it sticks to it. If you're lucky, you'll hit a gap and go straight through. Also, and again, it's been a while. The last time I would have used one of these was on the DC54, the kinetic one that I had a couple of years back. The suction channels on the side make it very hard to sort of put it onto big stuff that, you know, isn't going to fit through there and have it suck itself through. Again, you've got to line it up. It's not a nice tool. I'm not a massive fan. Flat out head though, lovely. Sweeps everything up in its path. It was far too strong in power for the rug in the hallway, but everything else, it's just a nice tool. It's nothing special, but it is quite nice. I forgot just how bendy and fiddly these ones are, especially from up here. The joint on that handle is doing what all the joints on Dyson machines do, and it is rather noticeable in use. Apart from that though, it did do very well. It follows you along very nicely. One thing which I may not have mentioned is that this bit is sprung. There is underneath here a U-shaped piece that goes under there which returns it to the centre, and it works. It actually does work quite well. In here, well, it hasn't taken everything. Look, because there's a piece of elastic band. You will notice, look, lots of confetti. My daughter was making slime over the weekend, and we've just vacuumed up a lot of the confetti that was used, and it seems to be trying to make an escape. Also, it's not doing it now, but you may have heard it in the video, it rattled. And the reason it was rattling was I picked up a couple of big bits. Wow, crikey, okay. That's picked up a fair amount. There's a lot of dust in there, a lot of grit. Obviously, it's been a busy weekend. We've had the pool out, we've been doing out the garden. I'm actually quite impressed, apart from the tools, which is normally what lets a Dyson down. But again, and of course, we cannot forget that we are dealing with older technology. Certainly, you can very much see why these have been made obsolete rather quickly. They're 2 or 3 designs old now, I think. So it's certainly a machine for the smaller home and, you know, certain use cases. Oh, forgot the filter. Yeah, it's spotless. I didn't expect it not to be. It does take a while for them to muck up. Yeah, I quite like it. I'm going to keep it. It's quite nice. It's the perfect size for my house, really. It's a bit of a thing that, although I'm not a massive fan of it, it also does do the job perfectly well indeed. So, a little bit of a rarity, especially now it has a 3-pin plug, is my Dyson DC46 vacuum cleaner, with a little bit of an impromptu whole house demo as well. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. You'll probably see this again soon, and you will see me soon as well. So, thank you, and goodbye.